Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her.
Same way
Listen,
we did.
I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI.
Florence?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld.
Yeah.
I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Anyway, welcome back to Stuck Inside Gaming's playthrough of Alan Wake. And as you can hear, we are on our way to meet Rose, who in the last
Come on,
episode
mister.
had
I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
managed to find a good chunk, allegedly, of our manuscript. She probably found it the same way we did, wandering through the forest, and oh hey, glowing page. It's like
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
It's like we're literally out hunting for the yellow pages, the ways these things glow. I hope that's not literal.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Okay. Beer! I mean, from the look of her, she had a breakdown of her own. You gonna wait 15 minutes now before you tell us the rest of the story? I don't think I've seen a single child in town, so who does this belong to?
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Could you have sounded any more threatening, Barry? Come on. Are you saying I'm the one being too hard on her? And she stabs us!
To
Um...
Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Please, come in.
The angle I got, it was so dark I thought she opened a another worldly portal.
This is
or
really
something.
good.
It's
Rose.
poisoned, isn't it?
Yes,
My manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for
Don't start
Barry,
stripping.
She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Call it!
Barry! What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
Who?
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started.
Calm down, Granny Hester.
Insist.
Give me a chance.
You must turn the lights on.
At least let's talk this over.
Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
Ooga booga booga booga. I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right.
Blah.
She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The
Medicator
genre of
by
the story
hate.
seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Medicated by a person of... Wait. Medicated by hate, I think is the literal title. Though... The within side? Believe of change, or believe in change, and Barry's still out
Rose
cold.
took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
She took a day
Welcome
from
to the
me.
Oh Dear
I
Diner.
took a thermos from
What
her.
can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you.
It says leave the
A nice
trailer, but I'm
day.
supposed to move Barry.
Come back soon.
Why would I do that?
My gun and flashlight were gone.
Of course.
I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
And since I haven't done this yet, couple quick pages.
Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost. On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now. The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw. When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show.
Oh, I love those.
When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
I love those sitcoms that turn into something they really didn't start out as.
The FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it, but it felt all wrong. Call it instinct, his posture, the way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
Okay, so apparently we're gonna run from the FBI
The logging
agent.
site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
I swear he's channeling his inner, shit, can't think of his name.
Shadows stirred and the wind picked up as I ran through the forest. I felt the dark presence turning its gaze toward me. Then the moonlight was blotted out by dark shadows that raced violently across the ground, moving too swiftly to be natural. Darkness gathered between the trees and melted again to reveal the taken. No natural path had brought them here.
Alec Baldwin. That's it. I swear he's channeling his inner Alec Baldwin. I missed 3 pages I could take from chapter 2. And one I wouldn't be able to grab.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Oh. Oh, no. Well, I know what I'm about to walk into. Hey, come on. Barry's not a sidekick.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, hi, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know, I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny. You know, Danny again. Then I got in trouble with the law. You know, and I'm just...
Spit it out.
Well,
I heard something like that, Walt.
yeah. Well, you know, he's, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today. And now I'm just alone here at the window, you know, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. You know, something's gonna happen. You know, I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure?
Yeah. That's eerie. The music's more eerie than the warning we just had. What the shit? Okay, wasn't it this way? Oh, no. Come on, hop the fence. Hop the fence like I know you can. Alan, you suck. Thermos! I don't like the look of that. And he probably don't like the look of me running around the trailer park just willy-nilly. I feel like there ought to be a page back here. But I guess it's too close to a thermos. What the hell is he doing back there? Everything okay in there? It's not a good sound. It's especially not a good sound when it persists, because it means it's either being ignored or the person is no longer conscious for any particular reason. And that in and of itself is frightening. Ah, boy. Alright.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slane!
Who do you think I am?
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Blake. Come on. Take it easy on him.
Get after it. Don't let him get away. Move it, move it, move it! I'll have you shot if you let him get away.
Yeah, what's a nice stroll through the woods running from the police and the FBI? Who did he call me? Hemingway? Who the hell is Hemingway? Nope, not that way.
Stop running! Freeze! Okay, men, keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh, damn.
Ah! on, Wake. Adrenaline. Adrenaline! I'm hoping I'm not missing any pages because of this. Well, there's one down there.
He's gone! Come on, guys! We need to head him off!
Head him off where? It's the damn woods. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Come to kill me once again. You believe me now? Oh, hey, there's no one in there. The car was driving itself.
Nightingale, over.
What on earth is going on? My deputies tell me he fired at Wake and he didn't have a gun. You almost hit a civilian instead. Over.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase. I don't have time for this.
Well, make the time. You can't just go shooting at people in my town. Over.
I'm a federal agent pursuing a fugitive. You want to discuss my methods, Sheriff? Make an appointment. Over.
You stay right where you are, Agent Nightingale. I'm on my way. Out.
Oh, snap.
The suspect was last sighted running along the gorge that leads westward from the trailer park. All units are advised that the suspect may be armed. Approach with caution. James out.
Gotta say that now so it's credible to shoot my ass whenever they find me. Maybe armed. Let's not wait to find out. See?
Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
And now they shall pay the price for their folly.
Oh, hey, another cop car with no one inside.
Agent Nightingale, I've lost contact with person men you assigned to me. It's Wake's doing.
Are you seriously telling me that geek writer just took out my deputies? Are you kidding? I mean, have you seen this guy? He wears a tweed jacket. Over.
The guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
That's great. I love it. I can't be the suspect. I've got a tweed jacket. Come on, darkness, do your thing. I want to see this hit the ground.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
Ow. Okay, so the birds are almost...
Fly, my pretties! Fly!
Oh. Ooh. I hope at least they were jerks. Okay, so probably supposed to go that way at some point. Let's find out what's at the top. Is that the same gas station as the first chapter? Pretty sure that is. That's a problem. Can't make out much else.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you doing? Come on.
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, you know what I mean? Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Well, shit. Wonder whose watchtower this is. At any rate, I think I'll call it there for now. So, as always, hope you're liking the commentary and the gameplay. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, if we're, well, he's clearly not, but if we're stuck inside, we might as well game. I'll see you next time.